Okay, so listen, I had so much to do today. I decided to do a live in the day of. I don't think I've ever done this before, but this day, I feel like I overextended myself. You all, I had so much to do today, but here we go. Let me just take you through my day, okay? First off, coffee, right? You all know I have promoted Coffee Snobs before. I love their coffees, and today I actually had their croissant sausage, egg, and cheese. The best. Awesome. I mean, the coffee is always a plus because you don't have to add anything to it. If you're ever in Powder Springs, or even if you're not, get there. It's amazing. So I was meeting some girlies here, so I got a chance to have coffee and good fellowship. So that's always a must to keep me grounded. And then I was on to my first real estate assignment of the day, which was to meet this sweet young couple who's looking for their first home. They want to live in it, they want to renovate it, kind of fix it up, and make it their first investment property. So I talked them through that. Me being an investor myself, I knew exactly what to look for and what things to point out to them to make sure that they have something that's going to be a good return on their investment. So this was so much fun. So they're not looking for their forever home right now. They're looking for the steps it takes to build generational wealth. How smart are they? So this was amazing. Now, before I got to this property, the owner said that the main thing about it was that it was fully renovated. Well, listen, that's up to personal opinion because everybody's standard of renovations is not the same, but I do feel like they took the low end as it relates to renovations in this property. And I explained that to my clients, like what things would necessarily need to be changed for you to live here versus if you were renting it out. So my husband and I, we do own rental properties. So again, this is an area that I know well. So whether you're looking for a rental property as an investor, your first home, to start a family, or if you're looking for your forever $1 million home, I can do all of that. So I'm well versed in a lot of different properties, and I know how to switch hats to focus on what my clients need. So I truly, truly enjoyed this day educating them and getting them ready for this big purchase. They just recently got married not too long ago, and I love that they're already thinking about, hey, how can we expand financially? How can we stop paying rent? How can we make the best next step? So I was so honored that they called me to assist them on this project. So we're just checking all the nooks and crannies and talking about like what needs to be replaced versus what can wait. I think when you're doing your punch list, if you're moving into a home that needs work, start with your top three must haves or things that you have to do to where you won't be comfortable living there, and then add things and maybe two or three things a year. And that's a good way to invest in your investment versus just going broke and trying to do everything at once. Learn to live with it as a project and fix it over time. That's a much more comfortable way to do everything. So now we went upstairs to the bedrooms. The bedrooms are really nice. I didn't see anything major. I feel like the installation of the floors, it was a little bouncy. So there's ways to fix that if they decide to do that. However, sometimes that's not going to make the top priority list. So I was just trying to see what they thought about the home, if they thought that it would be a good fit for them, and they did like it for what they were trying to accomplish. However, I like for people to see multiple homes. Every now and then I come across a client who says, yes, I love it, I'll take it. But I always like them to rule out other things similar to what they're looking for in that market so we can make sure that, everything is on point and they're comfortable with their decision. So this is what we're discussing. And again, if you are interested in investing, this is a good time to do it. Fourth quarter, a lot of investors are selling off their properties from their portfolio. They don't want to carry it into the next year. So call me and let's talk about what we have. The next thing I had to do was go out to check out two new construction properties. I think these were both in Douglasville. So a client called me from Florida, and she's looking to move to Georgia. And I have a way of vetting clients, so I knew she was legit. And when I get serious clients like this from out of state, I'll go check out the properties for them. And I did a video and I was talking through the video about what I saw. And of course, this has already happened. So I did send her the videos and she loved one of these properties. So I'll tell you which one at the end of this video. And this is a beautiful young agent. She's right out of college. And she just did a great job showing me the properties and explaining to me all the benefits of this new construction community. And guys, listen, new construction is really giving away a lot of incentives. They have been more, should I say, lenient on price and offering closing costs and things like that than I have ever seen them. Like they really have sitting inventory that they are trying to move. So again, if you can get that pre-approval letter and I can show you and talk to you about how to do that, you can have whatever you like. Yes, in my TI voice, you can have whatever you like if you can get a pre-approval letter and I can talk to you about what that takes to get to that point. But finding a home is not hard in this particular market for several reasons, and we can talk about that later. But my client said that she really just needed 3 bedrooms. She has a son, and she was in the other thing that was important to her were schools, local schools, and space, of course. But this one, it was okay, but I went to Ashton Woods next, and I fell in love with this one. So look at the difference in these two communities, and guess what? They were really similar in price. So I got a chance to tour this one, ask some good questions. My husband and I built a home in 2020, so I know new construction very well. So I was able to get some good information, get some packets and things like that, do the tours for both properties, and give her my opinion. And what happens with people who are out of state, when they say yes to Shari, you know what, I was intrigued by that one, then they'll come and visit. And then that way I can do a in life, or should I say real life tour with them, versus them having to come and not be sure. I even do a video of the exterior because people want to see, what houses around them look like. And I'll tell them about the eateries and things like that, so they get a full lifestyle of what, they'll be getting if they move to these communities. So I'm really good with helping people transition or relocate. I do relocation, investments, luxury properties, forever homes, downsizing. I love it all. I do it all. I know it all, guys. So I don't know it all. That's not what I meant, but I'm saying I know a lot about these properties in a way that can assist and make people feel comfortable. And what I don't know, I'm willing to learn. That's a better way to say that. So super, super busy day again, but I enjoyed it all. I had my goddaughter with me for the day. She came for her birthday, bless her heart, and then I ended up telling her my agenda. I said, you don't have to go. You can stay here and rest. But she wanted to hang out with me. So she was the one doing the recording and things like that for me. But it was a great experience. So this is the second floor here. You can see the washer and dryer. So most new construction units will come with washer and dryer, but they won't come with a refrigerator sometimes. And so, some will. Anyway, the appliances are optional. And a lot of times, I know there was a deal that I did for a client a few months ago, and I was able to negotiate the washer and the dryer in the sale. So that happens too. But this is the second floor, moving kind of quickly, but just kind of want you guys to get the idea of what this model home looks like. And then of course yours, if you build one, it'll look the same, but there are some upgrades that might not be in the standard unit, and that would cost you extra. So we would talk about that once you see the base price versus what it is with all of the bells and whistles. Okay. So again, like I said, I had my goddaughter with me. Finally, my daughter and I decided to surprise her with a birthday celebration, and it was so nice. We actually went to Marietta proper. I've never been there, even though I live like a few miles from it. I'm going to have to come back. My husband and I are going to go back and do a video for you guys, because I just wanted to focus on them, and so I didn't get a chance to really record the location. But it was super cute, and the food was amazing. They don't have a large menu, but everything's really good. So here some ladies came over to help us celebrate and sing happy birthday, and they were loud and proud, and it was all the things that we needed. So it was super cute, and just made the night so special. But after all of that, everything that happened earlier that day, I was going to make sure that my goddaughter felt loved, and we had a great time. And it was a long yet prosperous and productive day. Can't wait to do it again, guys. All right, bye-bye.